Hello everyone and welcome to the Footballbets4u podcast, episode number 15 of season 3. We are live should be on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. I'm joined this week by 3 lads. One loved it so much that he's decided to make a big return. So I'll bring the lads in now. Water.
How are we?
Conor.
How's it going?
And the return of Mr. Graham Lawler.
How's it going?
Right, lads. FA Cup weekend, so absolutely shy. So we're not going to be looking at the FA Cup. We have bets for the FA Cup, but we won't be looking at the matches. We currently have Liverpool on as well, so there might be a bit of shouting and stuff, and Conor getting distracted for watching Liverpool. So
squeaky bum time. Yeah, it's only 30 minutes gone, but squeaky bum time.
They're looking okay. They look like they have a bit more possession, so might go away. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Lads, we're going to look at the fixtures for next week, and then we're going to look at the Conor, you and Melons moan for us this week, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Right, so we're going to have that. We have Conors Crypto Corner as well. So we're going to get Conors crypto. He doesn't want to do it. It hasn't been going well, but we're going to it. I'll be talking about the giveaway that's going on the Instagram page, and then a competition I'm going to be running for €500 as well. So that'll be coming up, and then we'll have the bets on the end. So lads, we'll jump into the matches starting off. First match we have is 1 second. Palace and West Ham, which is bang on the screen. Lads, Palace are 2-1. The draw is 9-4, and West Ham are 7-5. West Ham won the last 4 times they played each other. West Ham haven't won, so this will be an interesting one considering West Ham are in obviously better form. Won the last 3 and unbeaten 5. Palace not really in great form, kind of dipping a bit. How do you see this one going, Conor? Do you reckon West Ham?
What was that noise?
Do you reckon West Ham are going to take this one, or do you reckon be a tight enough one?
I can see it going West Ham. Playing some good football at the moment. They're always going to end up in Europe again this year. Kind of overlooked them, really, to be honest. They're playing some good ball. I know Lawler commented on them last week about how well they're playing. I'd have to agree. A couple of good results since we last spoke. So, yeah, I don't fancy Palace at all here, but I've definitely been wrong before, so who knows?
Yeah, so Zaha is obviously Palace's top scorer. He has 8 goals this season. So Haller was West Ham's top scorer, but he's obviously after going now, so they do need to replace them goals. Do you think Antonio's good enough to do it?
He scored with his first touch for Ajax as well, which I thought was decent.
You know, he looked like he has potential. Like, he's a big unit, but for some reason, I don't know, he looked fucking shy for West Ham. He just looked like he was a big fucking donkey. Like, but yeah, they're gonna have to replace him. Do you reckon Antonio could be the guy to actually step up and start scoring? He's got 2 in his last 2 there, which is good for me because I haven't in fancy football. But Laura, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Antonio is good enough to kind of provide that many goals that they need?
I don't think you can solely rely on him. Like, he does have a bit of an injury record as well, so he's not always there and fit. So they got to have some backup. Who's going to be a bit more reliable to be there more frequently.
Yeah. What way do you see this one going? What do you think? Do you think Palace can get at now this, or do you reckon draw maybe?
I don't really know. I was looking at the Fancy Premier League. Like, Zaha has 75% chance of playing due to a knock. So whether he actually plays or not. And then looking at their last results, like, they've 1 win in their last 6. And that win was against Sheffield, who are obviously woeful.
Yeah.
So I was actually surprised.
Made another signing, actually. They've just literally signed a striker now. I don't know whether he's going to be available to play. He should be. It's a week nearly, so he should be. I think he was playing over in the German league or something like that. He's a striker, so be interesting to see if he's going to be starting.
Depends if he's flying over or not, doesn't he?
Oh, Jesus.
Hey, that's my line.
That's
my
it.
line.
It's his anniversary. He didn't get it quick enough.
Yeah, fucking hell.
It's like got delayed, okay?
Lads, what do you reckon score predictions here? We'll move on from this because Palace and West Ham are not worth really talking about. Laura, what do you reckon score was?
I'm actually going to go with a draw. I know Palace haven't been on good form at the minute. Roy Hodgson's under a lot of pressure. Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure at the minute. The games between the two sides are usually quite tight. With it being at Selhurst Park, I know it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. West Ham might nick it, but I'm just going to stick with a draw.
And scorer, do you reckon?
Zaha, if he plays, it seems to be the only place they can get goals.
Yeah. Right, Water, what do you reckon?
Antonio's got 5 goals out of 11 appearances this season, which actually isn't a too bad return for a player of his stature. So let's go for a West Ham win, 2-0 with Antonio to score.
Nice. Connor?
You didn't go with Thomas Suchek. What's going on?
Yeah, no, you did another player.
Yeah, could have picked Cresswell. I'm expanding my knowledge here. Give it time. I might actually have a fourth person in West Ham. That's why I missed last week. I had to learn another West Ham player name.
Connor, what do you reckon?
2-0 West Ham, Jared Bowen.
Interesting.
I'll have to remember that name.
I think
that's another one for you, yeah.
He's actually now West Ham's top scorer with 5 goals. 7 goals. Doesn't matter. I think it's either going to be a West Ham win or a draw. I think it'll be a tight game.
It's either going to be a West Ham win, a draw, or a Palace win.
I reckon it could be like 1-1 maybe, and then West Ham might nick at the end. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for West Ham. And I'm going to say Antonio. I reckon he's going to go a few games and going to have a few goals. So, lads, next one is Newcastle and Leeds. Let me just get the prices up there. So, Newcastle 14-5, obviously shit form. 13-5 to draw, and Leeds at 10-11. That's a sharp price for Leeds considering they're a bit hit and miss. I know Newcastle are in terrible form and haven't really been playing great, but what do you reckon here? What do you reckon Leeds have enough on this one, or do you reckon Newcastle might try to start turning it around a bit?
I really like Leeds actually coming up this season. Like, I've been a big fan of them and how they played, but looking at Newcastle, I don't know where the improvement's going to come from. Like where are they going to get their goals? Is Kieran Clark going to save you from relegation playing at the back? Like, is he? No, he's not. Like, the only thing I can see here is a Leeds win, and a heavy win at that.
Just looking at the form of Newcastle haven't won the last 7 games. Obviously, Bruce under a bit of pressure. Do you reckon he'd be sacked, Connor?
Not before John Perry.
Yeah. JT finally got his moment when what's his face got fucking sent off, and it was a moment of magic, just standing there watching him on the touchline there. So, you don't reckon he's going to get sacked, or do you reckon?
Who did it bring in? Sorry, Liverpool on the break here. Oh, Andy Robertson, you dickhead. Who did they bring in? It's not exactly there's not going to be managers jumping at the chance to work with Mike Ashley still. I think Bruce only went back because you had the relationship already with him before. They're probably going to be resigned to the fact that they probably are going to go down, but they're going to be in a relegation battle anyway until the very end. And yeah, I agree with Water. I can't see where the improvement's coming from. There's too much relying on the front 2, front 3, and not consistent enough at the back or in midfield. So I can still see there being goals, and I still think they have enough up front with Wilson, and even playing well now again. It's finally finding form. St. Maximin as well.
Oh yeah. They have Joe Linton there as well, who seems to be doing all right, and Almiron as well. They're not playing too bad.
Actually is another one, yeah.
Chipping in with a few goals, like.
They just can't stop at the other end, which is kind of the same as Leeds. I think it's going to be who could score more goals in this game. So obviously, goal, who can score more goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Whoever, it's like a fucking Michael Owen come, whoever scores more goals wins, obviously. Lala, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon Bruce is getting injured, or do you reckon he's getting sacked? Probably getting injured.
I reckon Leeds will probably have this one. Like, I'd love a 5-2 scoreline like the last game. But
Man has stats.
yeah, that's it. 5-2 lead. I think there will be goals. Just there's something systematically wrong in Newcastle. There's something else going on behind the scenes there.
I said those exact words last week.
Did you?
I said systematically wrong at Newcastle is what I said last week.
That is copyright right there.
I must have been
You're getting
dreaming
taken
of that.
off YouTube, Lawler, for copyright.
Lads, just a quick one. Going back to Leeds here, right? We're talking about how short Newcastle are. But Leeds obviously getting beaten 3-0 in the cup against Crawley. That surely has taken a little bit of the wind out of their sail. Like, surely that's got to kind of knock them back a bit. Like, it's a little bit
some player.
Quality. Them 2 minutes he came on and he bombed up and down the wing once. Class. Great looking bloke.
He played 5-a-side my housemate.
Did he? Yeah.
And he's playing against them. So that's good. I tell you.
A thing came up on my Instagram where he was doing, he does this right video or right workout or something like that, training the right way or something like that. And he came up and he said he wasn't training on, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday, because he said he got a little niggly injury or something like that. Did he injure himself at Astro?
I don't know. No idea.
He's not playing Astro now, though, is he?
Yeah, no, I think this was like 6 months ago. Like, was that a charge?
Yeah, before he signed for Crawley, like, he's not still going down.
I thought he was still playing like last week. I was like, jeez, that's a bit fucking.
They must have seen him playing down the power leagues or something and signed him.
Lads, Bamford with 10 goals for Leeds. That's the highest scoring player for Leeds. But the closest player I think to that after him is I can't remember who it is. It's 3 goals. Surely,
it's Click.
It's Click. Surely they need to be chipping around. They can't just keep relying on Bamford. Like, even is it Rodrigo has 2? I think he's only got 2 or 3. Yeah. Surely there has to be more goals in that team. Like, what did they do there? Did they bring in someone in the window, or did they just try to change the formation? I know Bielsa's not going to change the formation and the style of play. Like, but you can't keep relying on one player, Bamford, the whole time. And the amount of chances he fucking misses, definitely can't. He's not reliable. Like,
I don't think Rodrigo has clicked. So,
they're kind of trying to rely on goals coming from midfield with Harrison.
Big, strong back to back.
Very big player at the back. Cock, very good, very strong, very hard player. Goes in hard.
Very hard. Hard.
Yeah, he goes in and out all the time. Goes up and down the wings. Balls in behind. Very good player. They just have to hit the Liverpool. Just hit the crossbar. Lala,
you got there a second before me, and I see fucking Dibrock Origi hit the bar.
What do you reckon here score was? Do you reckon Newcastle are going to return it around here on this, or just going to be a Leeds win again on this one?
No, I'm going to go Newcastle win. 4-2 Leeds. Goals.
A Newcastle win and 4-2 to Leeds. How the fuck?
Yeah, that's a politician's answer.
Yeah, that's disgraceful.
We're covering it all angles.
What did you say? Leeds win.
Leeds win 4-2.
And who's going to score? You reckon Bamford?
Well, yeah. I'd say Bamford's the score one of them anyway.
Yeah, right, fair enough. What do you reckon score was this? Or just ignore me completely.
Doesn't give a shit.
It has to be Leeds. I'm going to go 4-1 and Harrison to score for the kick.
Oh, Harrison. Yeah, he's having a kick. Connor.
3-1 Leeds.
Oh, the problem.
It's all right, you're there,
the problem.
Just about. Record on a potato. 3-1 Leeds, and I will go with Bamford.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm still struggling to hear everyone. Okay.
It's okay. Just shut up. I think this might actually be a closer game. Like, I think it might be. I don't think there's going to be that many goals, and I think it could be 1-1. But I just don't fancy Leeds at the moment. I think they're too fucking hot and cold. So I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw on this one. 14-5 is not a bad price for the draw either. I think 10-11 for Leeds is not a good price, so I wouldn't be putting them in solely for that price alone. Would you? At that price?
Yeah.
No way.
Newcastle.
Take a punt.
207 games.
That struggling.
No, I'm not liking the price. If it was 11 to 10 maybe or 6 to 4, I'd probably throw them in, but I'm not having 10 to 11 odds on against fucking Leeds.
Well,
No.
you're the only one, and the Facebook comments are hopping here, Collie. Adam Nestor says Leeds 2-0, he reckons.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I don't think I read Nestor.
There's another comment that are coming through, Collie, on YouTube.
Right.
From Putin my cereal, or Putin the cereal. Ever since Bitcoin started dumping from 40k, my wife started getting calls from some guy named Alfonso. I keep finding weird hairs in the bed. Save my marriage, Bitcoin. I need to get rid of Alfonso.
I'm sure that's aimed at you, Connor, because you're the one giving out the Bitcoin. Also, Lawler, are you Alfonso?
No.
That's okay. Just had to clear it up.
Actually, Connor did say read out the comments, but I didn't realize he was talking about YouTube, so I was reading the Facebook ones because I'm not on that.
All right, fair enough. I thought they were all going to pop up here. I do have the YouTube, but I don't have the Facebook one. So if anyone's writing on Facebook, I can't see it. Lawler, you can be my designated comment reader ever on Facebook.
Yeah, I'll do them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Another one is from Paddy Coleman. He says, "You all look like cunts."
Fair enough, yeah. Don't disagree. Lads, we're going to move on from that. We all gave our predictions there, I think. I don't know. Next one is Southampton and Arsenal. Let me just bang the bleeding prices up there. There you go. How's that going up there like that?
I don't know, but I like that more.
Yeah. Right, let's leave it up there. Lads, Southampton 21 to 10, the draw 23 to 10.
Playing in the FA Cup against each other, and then the Premier League.
Second, that's absolute murder going on the Liverpool match here.
Oh shit! Get him.
Mike Dean.
Of course, it's Mike Bleeding Dean.
And the tip is going over. My tip. Right, sorry lads. 21 to 10 for the Southampton draw is 23 to 10, and Arsenal 13 to 10. Good prices all around, boys. It's a tough one to actually pick a winner on this one. Southampton haven't won in the last 4 meetings between the two. Water's gone. We'll get back here when he comes back. Lads, Ings is the top scorer for Southampton with 7 goals. Lacazette is actually surprisingly the top scorer for Arsenal with 9. And then Aubameyang comes in. Second. It might not just be the Premier League. This is total. So this
he scored the league. Oh shit!
We scored 8.
We have a VAR.
There's nothing in that.
Throw a red. Mike Dean loves a red, though, doesn't he?
He loves a card. He loves himself.
I love him. He's brilliant.
There's nothing in that.
I can't stand him. That'd be my moan of the day now. I can't stand him.
You don't get about it today.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, you can add it into Melons moan, who was not here. Lads, how do we see this one going with Southampton and Arsenal? Obviously, let's have a look here. We've got the big table here. So Southampton are sitting in 9th position at the moment, just 2 points ahead of Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal, if you look at the form table there, Arsenal seem to be in a little bit better form where in the last 6 games they've only lost 1. Southampton have only won 1. In terms of, you obviously are getting goals from the likes of Ings and Aubameyang, Ward-Prowse, and there's a good few goal scorers for Southampton. In Arsenal, you've literally got Lacazette and Aubameyang. I'd like to see a bit more from Sacco. I reckon Sacco probably has a couple more goals in him. He seems to be involved in everything. I think, Lawler, you were saying last week that he's involved in nearly everything.
And then he banged one in there during the week. I took him out my fancy football team before the game, raging.
Lovely. Lads, in terms of scores here, what do we reckon? Do you reckon this is going to be a high scoring game and over 2.5 goals, under 2.5? What do you reckon, Connor?
I'll be going under 2.5, I think. Thanks to what Waters just told us, that his internet is fucked. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I can't see it being high score, to be honest. Bit of a struggle of a game to watch, I think.
Yeah.
It's not going to be very pleasant. I can see it being set up by a set piece. So when that comes from Ward-Prowse, so in fairness, I watched the Arsenal game a couple of weeks ago with my dad, and I was like, when have you ever seen Granit Xhaka hit a good fucking free kick? And then the fucker stuck it in the top corner.
Yeah.
So set pieces on either side are going to be kind of what dictates the game, I think. I don't think we're going to see flowing, fluid football.
Yeah. Lara, what do you think? Think the same, or are you against that?
Yeah, I think Arsenal might tip it though. To be honest, again, there seems to be a little bit of during the week. There seemed to be anyway a little bit more impetus, in their performance and in their play. I don't know if maybe the shackles after Ozil leaving the old setup. I thought they played a lot better the other night than they have been playing. I'm going to say Arsenal 1-0 just to nick it.
Yeah. So you reckon as well? Same thing. Going to be low goals here. It's not going to be.
Yeah, I can see it being low goals. I think Arsenal will be tested, especially if Southampton manage to get a lot of set pieces.
Yeah.
So if Grant Xhaka decides to have one of his games where he's clipping lads down left, right, and centre, and they could make it very difficult for themselves.
Yeah.
But
most of the time, they are kind of their own downfall. Like, they shoot themselves in the foot a lot. Like, the likes of David Luiz there and Xhaka. Like, there's too many liabilities, I think, on that team. Like, definitely too many yellow cards. Anyway,
lads who want to try too hard and think they're doing a good thing by throwing in a tackle, and it just ends up causing their team in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going what? 1-0 Arsenal.
I'm going to go 1-0 Arsenal still.
And who you reckon scoring that?
I'm going to say Saka to be involved. Yeah.
Right, I'm going to say 1-1 on this one, lads. I think it'll be tight on it. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be many games, but I'm going to say
just one game.
Yeah, sorry. It's one game, yeah. I'm going to go with a Lacazette scorer and an Ings. I'm going to give you 2, one on each team. I think of them last time and it failed miserably. So
it's going to be 1-1. You're going to name both scorers.
Yeah. Where else would you get it?
Don't know.
So I didn't know about football.
It's going to be wrong. Lads, we'll move on from that one and we'll move on to the next one, which is on the Tuesday still. And we have... Look at the state of these odds. West Brom are 18-1 to beat City, 7-1 for the draw, and 1-7 for City. Lads, this is gonna West Brom gonna get absolutely spanked here. I don't think they will because Big Sam is in, and Big Sam's teams tend not really to get spanked. He usually kind of holds on and kind of claws out results, but I see City being too much for them here. Lala, what do you reckon? Do you reckon they have any chance at all in this?
No, the form City are in, I think they'll just tear them apart. Yeah, I can't see West Brom getting a result here at all.
Yeah, Conor, you were saying?
Yeah, City are in frightening form at the moment. They're definitely the team to beat, and I don't think West Brom are the team to beat them. I think that's why they're sitting at 18-1. Will I put money on West Brom or next week to win? Yes, but do I think it's going to happen? No. I think Gundogan, as I said it about last week, and he's had 2 good games since, is looking like one of the best midfielders in the league at the moment with the way form he's in. I know it's easy to play in that City team at the moment, but he's creating chances, he's defending well. Aguero out with COVID.
Yeah.
Doesn't really impact too much.
How does he even catch that? Like, he was supposed to be isolated. So
he's
I don't know.
Kissing too many boys.
So yes, you don't see West Ham standing a chance here.
No, I fancy City. I go City 3-0, and I will give you Raheem Sterling.
Right, nice one. Lara?
Well, I'm actually going to say 3-0 myself and copying Conor all night this evening. And I'm going to go Philly Foden.
Oh, nice. I am going to say... I'm just going to say 3-0 as well. Will they concede? I don't think they will concede. I'm going to say 2-0 because I don't think Big Sam's teams usually get spanked by that much. So I'm going to say 2-0. I'm going to say they're going to keep it tight enough, 0 at half time, and then City will just get a late goal in maybe the 75th minute and 86th minute. So mark them down. Lads, we move on to the next one. So I think that's the last one on the Saturday. So we're moving on to the first one on the Tuesday. And we're moving on to the first one on the Wednesday, which is Burnley and Villa. Let me turn my page with all my fantastic notes here. Burnley are 12-5. The draw is 13-5, and Villa are 21-20. Obviously, Villa with the kind of unlucky, maybe you'd say, against City for that goal not to be given offside. Now, apparently, one of the refs came out and spoke the rule, and there's a rule that if I can't remember what they said, but if you take control of the ball or something like that, basically, and make your next move, it's not.
If you deliberately play the ball, then offside is no longer an advantage, which Tyrone Mings did, and he fucked it up big time.
Yeah. So you can't argue with it. Apparently, that's the rule.
No, you're still a bit away from when you got that time.
What?
I don't know why he doesn't clear his lines.
Yeah. Big time. Put your head through it. It's coming down on his chest, and he's nearly stepped back the chest. Just put your head through it.
You can hear the Martinez is shouting at him to clear his lines.
Yeah.
Because obviously he couldn't see Rodri behind them. So
away.
But the one thing is, you always see defenders doing that, where they know that the player's offside, and if he comes back and starts fouling them, it's usually given as offside. So I do see it is a little bit unfair on Mings, because 9 times out of 10 that does actually get given. But
if he wants him to be offside, then don't touch the ball.
Yeah, no, it's fair. But I just think it's a natural instinct if the ball's going through, you just take it down. If the player's behind you, you're not sure if the player's really running out that much. So I don't know. I think that's just a natural instinct there. Someone just to take it down and then just continue playing. Even at that, if you take it down and the player comes back in, you're expecting the ref just to blow it and let you just play away on it there. But obviously, the official rule is, as you were saying there, as soon as you're trying to make an attempt for the ball.
Yeah, that's been given not against me personally, but against teams I've played with as well, where if there's a player behind you, you either one, let the ball run through to your goalkeeper, or let the ball run through to the player who's offside for the offside to be given, or you realise that you come back onto you and you just clear your lines.
The other thing about letting it go through as well is if there is
it's not a new rule. It's
definitely not new, but it is something that has been inconsistent in terms of they've always kind of given when the players got involved in the play. They've always given it.
He's coming back from an offside position. How many times have you heard that?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why they've kind of given it.
That's why he's coming back from an offside position. We've always heard about that in the next phase of play. It's no longer the ball in City's possession. The ball is in Villa's possession. He's taken 2 touches with the ball forward.
Yeah, but he's very close to the player. Do you know what I mean? He's taking the player's Rodri is right behind him as he takes that touch. He literally has no time to settle on the ball.
And the fact that Villa fans, or not Villa fans, but Jack Grealish came out and complained against the referee, Tyrone Mings did they not remember that they got the goal given the ball over the line in the second game of the season, and goal line technology didn't pick it up because there was too many people in the goal?
Do you remember that?
So things and playing roundabouts, you can't have it every way.
So that was the first game back in lockdown, wasn't it?
Oh,
no, it was this season, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think it was the first one back.
It was the first game back.
Yeah,
it could have been the first game of the season then.
Yeah. Lads,
so,
and we had the magical moment of watching John Terry on the sideline dictating things as he usually does.
He looked as lost as Frank.
Stop now. Lads, we're moving on. We're going to get scores.
Right, you're going to give scores now.
Yeah, sorry, we're going to scores. Conor, what do you reckon?
Looking at Burnley tonight so far, not playing very well. And it's against Liverpool, so you're not expected to concede. You will concede against Villa. 2-0 Villa. And I will go Ollie Watkins.
Laura?
Burnley aren't doing too bad now in recent games. They're making it difficult for teams. Liverpool struggling.
They've lost the last 2.
You're a good
big team. Bigger teams against the bigger teams. Where they're going to park the bus, right?
So
I said they're making it difficult. They're fucking you're 0-0 now, right? So shut up.
That's not a difficult game, bro.
And hit a barn door recently.
what do you reckon? Score-wise, Laura?
I'm gonna go 1-0 Burnley.
Barnsley, wasn't it?
That London accent coming in there, Barnsley. That wasn't even London. That was shocking.
Burnley.
Right, I'll allow it. Scorer.
Jesus, scorer.
Can I just tell you now that Wood is the top scorer with 3 goals for Burnley this season?
I'm gonna go. I can't even say his bleeding name, Towartsky or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, I wouldn't even try to say that now. Lads, I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 2-2 draw. I'm gonna say Ollie Watkins to score. Get on the score list.
Wood is Burnley's top goal scorer with 3 goals, and they're going to score 2 goals now next week.
I was just about to say that.
I feel like Villa might without actually, do you know what? Because John Terry's going to be managing them, isn't he?
Oh.
Well, Villa are going to be well organised. They're going to be great at the back. They're going to be solid.
Ian Smith is managing. He's just merely a puppet standing there.
No. He has. I'd say probably 90%.
Smith has a hand up his arse.
Dean Smith is just taking the fucking fall for John Terry. John Terry is managing that team, and we know it. I'm going to stick with what I said. I'm going to say 2-2, and I'm going to say Ollie Watkins to score. Lads, we're moving on to the next one, which is Chelsea. So I reckon Chelsea are going to win, so we'll just move on to the next one.
Move on.
No.
Move on. You want to move on? Come on, move on.
Wednesday at 6 o'clock, Chelsea and Wolves. Chelsea 3-5. The draw is 3-1, and Wolves 9-2. Lads, how do we see this one going? Do we reckon Chelsea obviously not in great form at the moment?
Wolves neither.
Neither are Wolves.
Yeah, I know. But Chelsea are Lampard. I'm
trying to make this about Chelsea, Billy. Not all about Chelsea.
Right, what do you reckon? How do you reckon this is going, Connor?
Tight game. Again, you'd look and you'd expect Chelsea's quality. I know their run hasn't been great recently, but Wolves without a win in 9 is ridiculous for a team who pushed so hard for a top 4 last year and then pretty much not just missed out, but missed out in the last couple of games. I know Chelsea haven't exactly been banging form, but at least they picked up more points than that recently. So I'd still be back in Chelsea in this.
Yeah. Connor or Lana, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Chelsea are going to be taking this one? Or?
I don't think either team are in great form at the minute. I do think Chelsea will probably have too much for Wolves. I think there will be goals in the game for both teams. I think they're both leaking goals at the minute. Thiago Silva will struggle against Traore's pace.
I don't think so. I don't think Silva's the problem there. To be honest with you, I don't think he's really been shown up with pace at all this year. Really, it's a lack of fucking help in the partnership. Like, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah.
But I think Thiago has the quality that you can see.
What do you think is Zuma getting pulled out?
It was a strange one. I wasn't expecting it. Like, I did see, because Rudiger was kind of rumoured to be going abroad off to Germany or whatever it was, and that kind of just disappeared then, and then all of a sudden he was just kind of out of the team, and it was, I don't know whether it was like he had a bad attitude and Lampard just dropped him, and like I would have thought Rudiger would have been a better defender than Zuma, like when he's playing consistently. But I have to admit, Zuma has been playing brilliant beside Thiago. Now, he had 1 or 2 bad games at the start, but Thiago really comes in, and I think he struggles without Thiago, because Thiago just kind of, it's like a little chess piece for him, just moves him around like and just gets him in the right positions, and he has the pace.
Not that often.
Not in the fucking right positions, because he's leaking goals when he plays.
No, I can't really put it down to him.
How many clean sheets has Thiago Silva kept?
6.
Less than Darren Fletcher.
I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't think definitely not Thiago Silva. That's the problem there. Anyway, it's not his pace. He's
part of the problem.
Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think he's any of the problem. I think he's one of the solutions to it. I think the problem is, I'm going to get on to it. Reece James, brilliant defender. Chilwell, brilliant defender. Absolutely shy going forward. You may look at Reece James and be like, oh, he's a fucking smashing cross, but that's all he's got. He doesn't go attacking players. He doesn't bomb down the wing, and he doesn't go forward. If he's not in the last kind of 30 or 40 yards of the pitch, he's passing the ball backwards.
So hang on, you said Chilwell's a brilliant defender, Reece James is a brilliant defender, Thiago Silva's a brilliant defender, and Mendy's a brilliant goalkeeper. How are you pissing goals if your back four are unreal.
The problem is the person beside Thiago, and that's where you're getting all the space.
One player out of the back five is what's causing the issue.
Yeah, and it's going to come down. Like, it is going to come down the wings as well. It's not coming through Thiago. It's coming through the wings as well because Reece James is getting.
You said they were brilliant defenders.
They are brilliant defenders, but when they're out of position,
what can you do? When you're out of position, you're not a brilliant defender.
But yeah, when you're one-on-one with someone and you're defending, you're still a good defender. Like. It's the problem is the
position.
No,
if you're caught out of position. If you're caught out of position, that affects how good of a defender you are.
Would you say
defender if you're one-on-one in the street with your pal, like playing Pana or something, when you're an attacking team?
No, it's definitely not Thiago Silva that's the problem. I'm actually surprised.
No, it's not. It's as much as not Thiago Silva's fault as much as it's not Frank Lampard's fault. Is that what you're telling me?
Well, look.
So you're gonna die by your words.
I don't know what you want to say. What do you want to say? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he's got a young team there. Right, let's be realistic about
Thiago Silva's about 46.
Right, he's 36. Let's be realistic about this, right? Lampard has come in to a team. Now, we all know the situation, right? I'm going to be making excuses here. Ollie got absolutely sick. Lampard hasn't really got it. The reason he hasn't got it is because you were saying he's English. No, that's English.
It's the same reason Harry Maguire doesn't get stick for being a shite centre half for United because he's English. Gary Neville. It's because he's English.
It's not. I don't think it's because it's English. I think it's because he's come into a young team. Like everybody knows that Chelsea aren't going to chance for the league, and there's no way. I put €50 on at the start of the year, and I've cashed out. At it. That's obviously.
Cash out for.
Because it's not like come on, like take some of the money back and fucking.
How much you take back?
I got like €12 back. Like I lost fucking 40 quid on it or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
but what do you spend 200 million on?
What? Well, look, this is what I'm trying to say. If you let me talk, can I finish? Please, can I finish? If you look at the team he came in with, right? Fair enough, there was something. He came in, Hazard, one of the best players in the world at the time. Don't say he wasn't. He was one of the best players in the world at the time. Left. He comes in and he's got maybe 5 or 6 youth players or young players coming up through. He has Mount, Abraham, Reece James. So look, they're all decent enough players, but they're obviously not world class at the moment, and they probably will never be, except for Mount's quality. So I think, so I think he came into a young team where they weren't really struggling, but he wasn't really expected to do it, and got fourth. I thought that was a good achievement. And now he's after spending a few quid. So now at the stage he's at, he's trying to mix the blend of young players and new players. But the problem is that he lacks a little bit of experience. Now that's why I'm saying Thiago is one of the things that is a solution, because you need experience in the team. And you
wouldn't he buy experience then?
What?
Wouldn't he buy experience?
But who are you
going to buy? Exactly short by cash. They threw money away the people who hadn't been proven.
But who are you going to buy, like? I mean, you can't really buy that much experience. You get Thiago Silva because he's going on a free transfer. Like that's why you get him. That's lucky to get him. He was a great addition. Like he's still, and I don't care what anyone says, he's still one of the best centre halves in the world at the moment. I haven't seen anything to say he's not. So
have you not? I would say their running form at the moment has been shown as to why he's not.
Put on him, he's playing well. Like, yeah, but I don't know. Like that's why I don't think he's getting as much stick as the likes of Ollie got, because he's come into a young team for 4 seasons, and then he's added to the team, and now
he's added fucking millions.
Like everybody costs millions.
So I do think give him time.
100%.
Keep him there.
I can see he's trying to blend the team. Give him another year. Like I said, give Ollie another year. I do think the reason why he wasn't getting picked on is because the English media weren't picking on him because he was English, and he was English, big player for England. Big player
in England, who knows?
And that's literally all it was.
So you're
I give him a chance. I think he's struggling. He doesn't know his best team. He keeps chopping and changing at the back four, up top. I seen Ralph Houston who during the week and came out and said Tino Werner. He's just not playing him in the right positions. No, I don't know what that is. Is the style not like, obviously his confidence is on the floor. But is the style of play not suiting him, that he's not getting the chances that he likes? I don't know. Does he need to
get chances? He's 100% getting chances.
When he was at Leipzig, he played in the front two. Is Is that
Well,
something?
he drifts out to the left a lot. Lampard has definitely been playing him out left, so he's had his chance out left. Pulisic has come back in, and Pulisic is far better out on the left, I think, than he is. I think he has to have space in behind, and the problem with like Leipzig is like obviously they're a good club over in Germany, but they're not the exact like stature of fucking Bayern Munich, and people aren't going to sit deep the whole time. People are going to attack them, so that means there's space in behind. So
There's people attacking Chelsea, pal.
No, but they're not. They're sitting deep. Like as soon as we get on the ball, they just drop deep, and they really do narrow that space in behind.
Leicester didn't drop deep.
Well, to be honest with you, Leicester just completely outplayed us. Like, and that is an absolute fact that Leicester just completely played us off the park there, and it was embarrassing. I
have to say, did you see James Madison's interview after? It was absolutely refreshing.
Yeah, it was quality. Yeah. You know, it was nice to see someone just talking fucking normally.
Be honest, like.
Rather than hiding the bullshit, like, and like, yeah. I like the way he was saying, look, you're gonna laugh at the old cliche, but like the next game is the most important game, and it's true, like it is the most important game for them, like, because if you do look that far ahead and you're saying, oh, we're gonna win the league, fall flat in your arse, like.
Yeah.
So look, I think
never come out early and say this team's gonna win the league when they're top.
Yeah, who would do that, Lolly?
Who would do that?
He would say, I'm trying to ask you one question, right? Who's going to win the league?
Manchester City.
Oh,
that wasn't that last week.
You're a tune. That is disgusting behaviour.
Look, on the 21st hour of the 21st day of the 21st century, I'm going to change my tune. Yeah. Did you know that?
24. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
You're playing
if you had waited 10 more minutes, you would have got the 24th minute as well in there.
Oh,
absolute rookie. Absolute rookie.
Right. Go on to the score predictions there, Collie.
Yeah, let's go. Right. What you reckon?
As I said, Wolves without winning 9. Chelsea not playing too much better, but what you say?
That's cold.
Wolves to win, 4-2 Chelsea draw.
4-2 Chelsea.
A draw.
Go on,
no, I'd say Chelsea 2-1.
Yeah.
And I'll go Mason Mount. Like, you can't really look past him when Chelsea are playing well. He's always in form. So I'll give Mason Mount as the goal scorer.
Class. Lana, what you reckon?
I'm gonna go 2-2 draw.
Oh, any goal scorers first? What are we on that?
Goal scorers. I will go with Sace for Wolves.
Sace.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Chelsea. I reckon it'll be tight enough, and I reckon they might just nick it. And I'm gonna say Tammy Abraham to score. Right, lads, moving away from Chelsea because
red card.
Think of it. Red card? No,
it's not like, but it's a reaction from me to say it's a red card.
Lads, the next one, Brighton and Fulham. So Brighton 21-20. The draw is 12-5, and Fulham are 13-5. Let's bring up the league table again there and have a look at where they're standing. Fulham just in 18th position, so just in the relegation zone. It's a massive game, I think, for the likes of Brighton and Fulham here. Like, obviously a relegation battle going on. The last meeting between the two was 0-0, and Brighton haven't beaten Fulham in 4 meetings between the two teams. So it's not really great stats pointing towards Brighton, but I still feel this season it's obviously just a little bit different. Obviously, Connor, how do you reckon this one's going? Do you reckon Brighton are too good here at home? I know it doesn't really make that much of a difference between home and away, but do you reckon they've enough there to get past Fulham this week?
I think it's going to be tight. I don't think. Look, to be honest, the way Fulham have been playing the last couple of weeks and the way Brighton have been playing the last couple of weeks, like, I literally just pulled up the table. I knew what Fulham were like over the last couple of games. Like, they've got 6 draws in the last 8 games, and I just looked at Brighton, and Brighton have got 4 draws in their last 7. So there's only one way I'm looking at this. The last game was in their all. There's a draw written all over it. I don't see either of them having enough up front or being. I wouldn't say either of them are that bad going back either. Not like a relegation team, not as bad as the likes of Sheffield United have been at the back. But yeah, I can see it being an absolute stalemate, to be honest, of a low score and draw.
Yeah, go on, give us your score prediction, because we're not spending fucking ages on this because it's a shite match.
I'll go 1-1, and I'll go with Aaron Connolly. I don't know if he's back fit or not.
Sure, I think he is. Mope is the top scorer at the moment with 7 goals.
Yeah, he played last week. Connolly did, and I don't know, because usually what he does is he plays one game and he's injured for the next, and he plays when he's injured, and he plays when he's injured. So if he's fit, I'll go with Connolly.
Right, Lawler?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a low scoring draw as well. 0-0, 1-1. I'll go 1-1, and Lookman.
What?
To score.
Look at what?
Ha ha ha. Lookman for Fulham. I thought he was great the other night.
He's actually a good player, isn't he? He has good potential. Like,
what about the Panenka penalty though?
Here.
Oh, Christmas.
And he's been class since.
For that alone, I would have just fucking thrown him into the reserves. Like, absolutely disgraceful. Like,
I would have thrown him in the reservoir.
I wouldn't mind if you were 3 or 4-0 up, like doing that type of shit. But you're 1-0 down.
Last minute to nick a draw.
Jesus Christ! Like, so what did you say, Lawler?
I said 1-1 as well. Andre Lookman to score.
Pope is so bleeding good.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually say that Brighton are gonna nick this one, and I'm gonna say 1-0 to Brighton, and I'm gonna go with Trossard to score. Just feel like he's due a goal. So lads, we're moving on from that one down to shite match. So next one is a decent enough match: Everton and Leicester. Good prices all around here, but it's gonna be tricky to pick it. 9-5 for Everton, 23-10 for the draw, and Leicester are 6-4. Obviously, Leicester coming off the good win against Chelsea. Obviously, saying real grounded, and I like something that that Maddison said in his interview as well. And when he was asked about like doing like the dirty work and the running, and he said, "Look, if you're playing for a Brendan Rodgers team, you don't do it, you're not playing." So I like that side of it where they know they have to work, and that's their mentality is to work right on it. So, how do you see this one going, Laura? You look like you're forcing to say something there.
No, I was just going to say that interview as well. I loved how he name dropped the what was the man? Jack the fucking whatever they do. I can't remember. Jack the analyst, and he goes, Jack be happy I name dropped him there, like, and he was saying how when Jamie Carragher had commented on, Maddison needs to add more goals to his game, and he thrived on that. He wanted to find out where he could add more goals to his game, and he was Jack the analyst himself and Brendan Rodgers sat down and had a look, like, and I think there's a good mentality in that team. They're hard not to like them,
Brendan Rodgers is class. I know he's like obviously Liverpool. He was fucking deadly as well. But like
at Chelsea, he was actually started at Chelsea, did he not?
Yeah, he was with Mourinho.
Right. Yeah.
Learn from the best.
Good tactician, like.
Yeah, he's very good. Conor, what do you reckon here? Do you reckon goals in this one?
You said it was difficult to look and see. I'm from Leicester all day on this, to be honest. I just think as Lala said there, with just work harder.
Yeah.
And there is there's a few players in the Everton team that are, as I would like to say, luxury players who, when it comes up against them, they don't want to work. And I think against a side like Leicester who are dogged, they're not the most gifted with talent, nor were they when they won the league, I would have said either. Yeah. I think that beats out those sides with the lazy talented players in it. So I'd only have Leicester on this, and this is one of the games I'd be putting into kind of a couple of bets as well because of the price.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know about that. I get what you're saying. Leicester are flying, and like obviously the Chelsea were a brilliant result and all, and the mentality. Everything points towards Leicester. I just think everything have a little bit about them. Obviously, Ancelotti there, and the quality that they have, like Sigurdsson, James, fucking Calvert-Lewin, obviously banging form. Yeah, I mean, like they've won. We're just looking at it there. 5 of their last 6 games. That's all I can say. Anyway, Leicester unbeaten, won 4 and drawn 2. But I don't know about like really throwing them all into army bets. Like I'd be I'd be a bit wary of doing that. Like, great price now. If you're going for Leicester, a very good price at 64. Like, but if you want to be a bit wary of, what do you reckon, Lawler? Do you reckon that's big statement there? Or, like, I don't know that.
No, I'm going to go Leicester as well. I definitely think Leicester will win.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Obviously, like Connor said, you know, I think they have a little bit more about them when push comes to shove in difficult games like that. I think they might dig in a little deeper. Obviously, Everton are a great side. They have some fantastic players there, and they'll be very dangerous. But I do think Leicester will win it. And, I'm gonna go with 2-1 Leicester.
Right. Okay. And scorer.
Scorer. Well, I'll go Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
3-1 Leicester. And I will go. I'll go Maddison.
Oh, after his little sexy interview, I'm gonna say a 2-2 draw in this one. See there being goals, and I see both teams going for it, but I see them conceding a few goals as well. Leicester do look pretty solid at the back, but I think that they might score. There you go. Look at that.
21.
Where would you get it? Look at that, Lolly. You missed the fucking boat there. You should have waited 10 minutes and you would have had that. Yeah, I'm going to say 2-2, lads, and I'm going to go with a Tielemans goal. How's you like them apples?
I doubt, but
fair enough. Lads, we'll move on to the next one. Ollie's at the wheel, lads. 1-4 for United, 19-4 for the draw, and Sheffield United 11-1. Jesus.
Why is that? Why are United such good price for Sheffield United at home?
Good price.
1-4 at home. Well, to the bottom of the league.
I'm not fucking putting that
I'd be
there.
putting 400 quid on that to win 100.
It is printing money, like, but
it is printing money.
Lawler, Ollie's at the wheel. How does it feel?
Look, it's all right. It's good to be on top of the table, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, it is good for now. Anyway, Liverpool are still struggling.
City are going to be there.
Yeah, look, obviously City have the game in hand. No one expected us to be there. I didn't expect us to be there. No one else anticipated it. But, you know, we got to roll with it. The other night frustrated me against Fulham. And the Liverpool game frustrated me. His reluctance to make changes in the game really frustrated me.
Yeah.
You know, taking Fernandez off because he was shy.
I remember, I think I texted into you lads after 60 minutes to say take Fernandez off and bring Van de Beek. He looked leggy. I know in the first half, United were struggling the first 20 minutes. Fulham were on top. They showed good energy throughout the game. And then Fernandez had a couple of sparks, but he was giving the ball away far too frequently. I just thought he needed a bit of a rest. You have a player of Van de Beek's quality on the bench. I don't know why he's not getting a sniff. Is he not impressing in training? I'm not entirely sure, but I just thought that was an ample opportunity to bring him on.
Yeah.
And give him a shout. I was actually surprised with the United lineup, and it was the first time he's gone with the three up top, and he's not played the two holding midfielders. And he played Fred and Pogba. Pogba. Who was it? Who saved?
Alisson. And he's wearing his black leggings. Liverpool he's wearing his black leggings as well. I love that.
Who is it? Guita.
What?
Guita,
is it?
I'm not Guita, it's Alisson.
Oh, Alisson.
Remember
Gabber Kiro used to wear the tracksuit bottoms.
Tracksuit bottoms straight out of JJB.
Yeah. For a tenner and the little rack, the sail rack down the far end.
Sorry, Don, you were saying, didn't mean to
Yeah, some of the decisions frustrate me. I think we should have went for more goals in the Liverpool game. Yes, the draw. All we needed was the draw to go stay top. Getting a draw against Liverpool, not dropping points is great. But when Liverpool have Jordan Henderson and Fabinho starting at centre half, I think they made them look good. I think Fabinho played quality.
He is.
No one tested Jordan Henderson.
That's why I was saying, we were saying it last week, lads. That's why I reckon Cavani would have been a better choice there to run in behind. That's what I was thinking, like that. We were saying that the pace would have been the best thing, but Fabinho's able to deal with pace. I know he's losing a bit of legs, but he's well able to recover.
We play counter-attacking football, and I just thought we needed a bit more creativity there. Needed to take the game to Liverpool a bit more. You're not going to win games or win leagues by going for draws against teams like that. You need to fucking go and win them.
You look at the Arsenal and United back in the day when they were going at it, like you never really seen either of them teams going out to play for a draw. The likes of Keane and Vieira in the midfield, fucking serious battles going on. Both of them teams you could see really wanted to go and try and win that game. Like,
I thought like McTominay was nowhere to be seen, and he's usually good in those types of games. He gets in about, he gets into tackles, and he's roiled up. He was nowhere to be seen, and especially in the second half when we were kind of on top of things a little bit. Take him off, bring on Van de Beek, show a little bit more attacking prowess, and go for the game. But we didn't, and we just sat there and we're happy with a draw. And near the end, I was shit myself watching it.
Yeah,
thinking Liverpool were going to nick it.
Who like if you were to pick a team, say United's next game, who's your starting team? Who's your starting 11 from one to, obviously we know the head goal, but who are you going for the rest of it?
Do you know, Wan-Bissaka right back.
Yeah.
Shaw left back. I think he's been quality this season.
Very good this season.
He's been very good to him. I know Tellez has come in. I think that's probably been a great thing for Shaw. He's put pressure on. Centre halves, I fucking hate Harry Maguire. I fucking hate him.
Can't not play him though, I don't think. Can you?
Graham, he's going to lift the Premier League trophy.
Yeah.
For the second time in his career. That's shocking, man. There's hope.
Leicester was different because Leicester were Leicester. They were supposed to win the league. United are United. He is the captain of Manchester United Football Club.
It's embarrassing.
I take it up for the last week, just like, okay, I'm not letting this fucking donkey lift it.
Fairness, he can't have the ball either, and neither can you. So,
it's hard to pick the centre halves. I can't pick the centre halves. Boy has been playing very well. Lindelof, I thought, was exceptional against Liverpool.
Yeah,
I thought he played very well against Liverpool. In fairness,
Marking nothing.
I don't really want to pick centre halves, to be honest.
You don't have to, because I'm after asking for a starting 11, so we have no choice.
I'm going to go Boy and Tuanzebe and just leave Harry Maguire out just because I can't stand him.
Yeah.
The trio up top that I miss is Greenwood, Martial and Rashford as the three up top, but I think you're going to have to play Cavani with how he's playing.
Yeah.
Martial and Rashford both want to play from the left. Neither of them want to play from the right. So I'm going to go Cavani up top, Greenwood on the right-hand side, and Rashford from the left.
Yeah, and you've completely missed out on the midfielder.
And then I did miss completely out on the midfield.
Very kind of 4-3-3.
Just one in behind, sitting in the middle, and one going on.
Yeah, it's hard to leave Pogba.
He is in form, in fairness, and he does look good. Like,
he does look good.
Does he look good? Does he look good? Is he just scoring the goal and then he looks fucking great? Like, and he's done really fuck off.
That's exactly what's happening.
Like, do you know what I mean? He's not really running around.
Like, you know what? He was shit against Fulham as well. Like, like that goal was great.
His goal against Fulham was a lazy strike as well. It was, I don't fancy passing and moving, I'm going to hit it. And obviously, he has the quality to fucking it was a lazy strike. He struck it out of laziness.
Yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him as a player. I think he's a liability. He, like, even in his interviews after, I'm happy because I'm winning. I'm happy because he's winning. That's no fucking good to you when push comes to shove and you lose a game. And he's not fucking happy. Like.
Yeah, I hate this thing where he keeps going, oh, this is me, this is who I am. And like, he's moaning about people basically saying he doesn't care and he doesn't run and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, that's who I am. Like love or hate or whatever. Like that's bollocks. Like, you know what I mean? Change your fucking attitude and work for the fucking team. Like, imagine him in a fucking team with Roy Keane. He'd be fucking getting the bollocks knocked out in the fucking dressing room. Like, he wouldn't go for that shit. Like, so who are you going midfield? You going Pogba? Hernandez, obviously.
See, I think the team, you can't play Pogba and McTominay or Fred or Matic. You have, like, if you're two holding, I'm
one matter.
One player.
I'm going to say Matic, Van de Beek, and Fernandes. I'd like to see play. I haven't seen what I'd like to see. I think we need to experiment a little bit more.
He's played here 45 minutes this season.
I know.
They're going to pick him play. Van de Beek.
Now, in all fairness, actually, Greenwood hasn't been playing well either up top. He hasn't been getting a sniff. I don't know what the story is this season.
But you have to look at that and say that they haven't been played. You don't agree with team selection, but the top of the league. Certainly has to be something going right.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like that's why, like for weeks on this podcast, I was like, "Oh, Ollie, blah blah," talking shit about him, and then all of a sudden, I'm like,
Fucking
league. How can I even argue with what he's doing? Like, do you know what I mean? How can I physically come out and say Ollie's fucking shocking, Ollie should be sacked? I'm sitting here in fucking 8th position or whatever, 8th position with Chelsea, and I'm saying Lampard's fucking the greatest thing.
It is 8th position.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I've got it down here. Yeah, I can fucking see that. And then you are sitting fucking top of the league, and I'm still questioning Ollie and his decisions. Like, how do I even fucking justify that? Like,
but like, so
handball.
like even the Fulham game frustrated me because he wasn't making changes, and I was thinking, okay, make a change here. You can see Fernandez is struggling. Lads are leggy out there. You're gonna make a change.
Well, the one that really bugged me was, remember Fred was going to get sent off. The obvious, the most blatant sending off that he was ever going to be.
It was in the Champions League, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he left him on.
But you know, like the Fulham game was almost like we've all been in that situation where you're playing in games and obviously not as high profile. And
what's your name?
The gaffer's almost terrified to make a fucking substitution because you know it's on such a knife edge, and that's kind of what the game was like the other day. Like, I think you got to have a plan B. I like what he's doing. I think he's changed the club to kind of bring back the culture of old. And you know, I like the players that we've bought. They're not players that are superstars. Well, obviously Cavani's a superstar. Right. From what I hear in the background,
he's still experienced. Like, he's experienced. You can see he's never really had an attitude. Like, he's very professional. Like,
but like the other players, well, like I know Wan-Bissaka came in before he was going to be a signing. Like Dan James, Van de Beek, all these players want to play for Manchester United. It's like it's not just a big fucking payoff.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what Liverpool.
But that's what Liverpool did. They bought players at Southampton, half of the Southampton team, you know, and they were all players that Liverpool was a step up. They weren't just going for the money; they were going for the club that it was.
Their career,
and I think that's the signings you want.
I do think that's what Chelsea are trying to do. Obviously, they're not. It's obviously not coming into effect now. Like, I think that's what Lampard was just trying to do. I know we'll go back to Lampard, but I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to do the exact same thing. That's all he's done. Ollie's had an extra year, maybe, is it? An extra year. Ollie's been there. He's been there 3 years now. So, like, that's why I think at minimum 2.5. Yeah. So he actually came in January, didn't he?
2.
No, it's 2 years now. 2 years. 2 years exactly.
January 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years, Right. Well, I would say give Lampard the rest of this season, and then let next year be his defining season. Like I would, I want him there for the next fucking 10 years. But I know the way the club works and the way modern day football.
I want him there for the next 10 years as well.
Yeah, I think that team has a lot of gelling to do. So that's why, like you're saying, Ollie has done what he needed to do, and I think that team is playing really well now. And at the end of the season, I wouldn't be very surprised if United are up there or thereabouts. Like.
Yeah, but we need to get rid of Harry Maguire. That's not long term. Like, I can't.
No, he's left the trophy. He's captain.
I'd love to see Fofana. I'd like Fofana.
Getting rid of Maguire.
He's slow. He's like
no. Don't get me wrong. I'm fucking.
They're not going to get rid of him. He's not going to get dropped. He's the skipper for a reason.
Yeah, he is the most expensive defender that's ever walked on this planet. Lads, there's been billions of people on this planet, and this cunt is the most.
He must talk some shite in that dressing room. He talked his way out of being arrested in Greece, and he's fucking doing it in that dressing room all the time because he's shite. I don't understand how he doesn't get slated all the time.
I know. Well, Roy Keane actually.
Roy Keane's the only one slating him. Rick Ferdinand won't slate him. Carragher won't slate him. Is it the whole English thing again that they won't slate?
Yeah. Maybe he has this thing in the dressing room. Maybe he has this respect and rapport with players, like the same way as Jordan Henderson's not the best player in the world, but apparently people respect him and look up to him within the club.
Lads, at the end of the day, Harry Maguire has a lot of the things.
And he's also English.
United players don't have, and that's a fucking Premier League medal. Big fat head as well. But he's got a medal. He's won the league, all of them. Have any of them won the league?
I don't know, but he doesn't even strike me as an inspirational speaker. Have you listened to an interview? Oh,
yeah. I wouldn't get motivated from him anyway. Put it that way.
He has that little Harry Kane note.
Let's fucking go. Right, lads, we're going to move on. We're going to get score predictions here. Lawler.
We're going to go Manchester United and United 2-0 win.
Right. Connor. Oh, sorry,
score.
The man of the moment, Edison Cavani.
Nice one. Connor.
3-0 United,
Penandes, yeah. I'm going to go with a 3-0 United as well. And I think, right, I'm going to throw it out here. Harry Maguire scored a header.
Oh, get in. But he's not scoring more with his feet, is he?
No, definitely not. Right, lads, we'll move on to the...
Harry Maguire with a header. Did you see him the other night? 50 pence.
50 pence.
Just took a few minutes for that to sink in. Lads, the last game of the week onto the Thursday night, 8 o'clock. Tottenham versus Liverpool. Connor, what do you reckon's happening here? You don't like the look of this one, do you?
I'm still watching this game. The 78 minutes gone. Liverpool have had 25 chances, 9 of them on target, and it's still 0. Like,
I'd love if they dropped points here.
Probably Firmino needs his legs cut off.
Yeah,
he's had an amplitude of chances tonight. He's had so many against. Do you like that?
Look at that.
He's had the kids. It means lots of.
Could you use it this time?
He had a lot of chances against United as well. I think if some of those chances had fallen to any other player on the pitch, they would have at least tested the goalkeeper. Maybe not have scored, but not rolled the ball into his hands from 12, 13 yards out. You have a free chance on your good foot. It's painful to watch this. I'm glad I did the podcast because if I had sat and watched this, I would have been in the bath with slit wrists at this stage. It's difficult, and I can't see how they're going to score goals against Spurs. They might not concede. In fairness, they're not conceding a lot of goals for having no centre halves. I know Matip is back now, but is he a Premier League winning centre half? Technically, yes, but not technically. No, he's not. He's not in that same bracket. Yeah. He's not in the bracket of the Van Dijks, the Harry Maguires. He's not up there like.
Only taking the mick out of me now. Kurt Zoomas.
Well, no, I was happy with Liverpool's performance against United for playing with 2 midfielders in the back 2. How they started the game, they died off a little bit. Start the second half. United started to dominate, but kept creating chances. Shaqiri played well. I think he deserves a position in that team. I think they just need to. If Liverpool are going to compete this season, they needed a centre half in January and a goal scorer, number 9, a Cavani-esque player, if you want to even say, someone like that whose only job on the pitch is to score goals. Because Bobby Firmino was never a goal scorer. But did you watch Monday Night Football actually? With Cara and Neville. And Cara ran through Firmino stats from last season, and every game he won the ball 3 times in the final third, in the other team's final third.
Yeah.
This season he's doing it less than 1 time a game, and that's where probably Firmino had his impact. So without doing that, he doesn't deserve a place in the team.
Yeah. Like when you look at Liverpool, sorry, you just Like I know, like obviously they're not dominating as much as they were last year, and obviously you're saying Firmino is obviously a big part of that as well. Oh my God, it's a penalty to fucking Burnley. You love to see it. It's the stuff I dream of. That's not a pen. Oh no. I don't know. No, that's a pen all day. Yeah, sorry, Connor. As I was saying,
ran all right. Yeah,
that's a pen. Yeah. So as I was saying. Like obviously Liverpool were so dominant last year, and you just haven't really got that.
No, it's not about that.
No, it's a pen. Full hits him at the bottom. You can't. There's no way you can overturn that.
Stone wall. I can't even see it.
You can't overturn.
Puts his foot back down, but you can't overturn it.
Yeah, you can't overturn it. So obviously, team being dominant last year, get distracted. Liverpool being so dominant last year. Van Dijk is pretty much the only player missing out from that team. Firmino obviously not playing as well. Do you think it's is it the confidence coming from the back with Van Dijk, or do you think it's hello 1-0?
Okay.
Yeah, love to see it.
I don't. Well,
It's
it's not only Van Dijk missing. Like up until today, Matip was missing for all season. Matip's only played 3 games in this season so far. So,
and look what's happened.
oh yeah, no, but he's his first game back.
I don't care.
Is Henderson
fucking stick, and they're going to say first game back. I'm just going to point to a stat there. He's losing.
Yeah, he is losing. Yeah. But if you're going to go down Thiago Silva road, you can't just blame him. He's playing very well. It's not just his fault. He's world class. Trent's world class. Alisson's world class. None of their fault, but they're conceding goals against Burnley.
It's not. Two centre halves. It's like Liverpool with Robertson and Arnold there, and you keep blaming the 2 centre halves because they're centre mids.
Trent Alexander-Arnold has had an awful season, and Robertson has an awful season.
Well, in comparison,
look, I looked at one of the interesting things I saw was Chris is caught in the group.
Yeah, he's caught.
Was Alexander-Arnold's crossing statistics from last season, and he crossed so many more balls from deep last year, but now all of his crosses are from the end line, and they're not as successful. He hasn't got that deep ball anymore. I don't know. Is it because he's too far forward? Is it because teams are sitting further back and Liverpool have the ball for longer? They're not counter-attacking as quick. But I think it all comes from the front 3, not pressing as high. If they're not pressing as high, everyone else sits off a little bit. And once you sit off, there's gaps. And that's where teams are creating chances. And that's where Liverpool aren't creating as many or clear-cut ones.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's that confidence thing as well. We haven't scored in 4 games. And all of a sudden, it's every chance matters now a little bit more. And it's snatching at chances.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hitting chances, everything like that. So I said at the start of the season he had to buy a centre half in January. He's not going to do it. So
who are you going out to buy? If you're going out, like the window's open, Klopp could be listening to this. Who are you going out to buy?
You're looking at players playing for Burnley who shouldn't be there. It looks at Ben Mee and James Tarkowski, who are. They might not be Liverpool standard, they might not be world beaters, but they definitely belong in the top 16. You know, they definitely should be in that mix. They're looking at players.
I don't know about
me. Absolutely, Ben Mee better than Jordan Henderson.
I don't know about and Tarkowski.
Jordan Henderson. Top 16 though.
No, I'm not No, not agreeing with that.
Would you rather have Harry Maguire or Ben Mee?
Harry Maguire.
I'd rather have Collie Coleman than fucking Harry Maguire.
Said it.
That's all I asked. Answer my question.
I would probably, to be honest with you, I probably would have Harry Maguire over Ben Mee.
Yeah, same.
That's just being honest. I think his aerial presence. That's the only reason.
Yeah, good West Ham signing.
Yeah, good for West Ham. Yeah. So Connor,
I won't have him in there.
Right. Regardless of that, anyway. So you think it's just it's just from basically pressing higher. That's the issue where you're not pressing as high and you're not creating as many chances.
It seems to be that little bit of sitting back deeper. Obviously, not having Van Dijk doesn't help, but you can't put it on one player's doorstep. They spent a lot of last season without Salah, spent a lot of last season without Mane, and the year before as well. And there was always that thing of, can they do it without him? Can they do it without him? And they did. Yeah. So it's not sitting on one player's doorstep. It's a lack of confidence, and it's they don't have the same work rate as they had last season.
Yeah, it can't really sit on Van Dijk's doorstep either because they're not really conceding that many goals at the same time. Like I know
people forget he missed 5 games in a row last season as well.
Yeah,
from a hamstring injury, and they won all 5 games, and they conceded 2 goals in those 5 games. So it's not like they haven't seen it before. Other than those 2, it's the same position. Fabinho has been probably one of the best defenders in the league this season. He's probably been up there, I'd say, for a midfielder dropping back in. So yeah, it looks like a lack of work rate, a lack of confidence.
Can I just ask you one question? Van Dijk or Alisson, which one do you reckon had the bigger impact on that team? Like, I would be pushed to say Alisson.
I would say
because if you look at the history of Liverpool, just over recent years, like the Champions League final from one is just springs to mind. The amount of mistakes that keepers made over the last couple of years that cost Liverpool just stupid points and stupid goals. When you look at it now, Alisson doesn't make them mistakes, and it's literally point savers like that he's doing. Like
Yeah, when you look back longer over Liverpool, you see Bruce Grobler was in league winning teams and champions or European Cup winning teams because he had two unbelievable centre halves in front of him.
Yeah.
I think Alisson had a bigger impact over the whole squad as a confidence booster. I think in regards to that back four, from leadership, from management side of things, and just from running them, I think Van Dijk did. But yeah, absolutely, the strikers are pushing further forward because Alisson was there as opposed to Mignolet or Karius, which everyone else sat back, and everyone else sat back, they sit back, and that's what gave them that little bit of press. But yeah, as I said, they're missing a goal scorer, and it wasn't just because of the last 4 games that I'm saying that. I've been saying that for a while because Bobby Firmino's not a goal scorer.
Especially this season.
Yeah, so as I said, they were the changes they needed to make to win the league. I don't think they can win the league. Will they still push for the league? I think they still have a chance to push for the league. I think they'll pick up results against City. I think they'll pick up results against Chelsea. I think they'll pick up results against Leicester in the second half.
You think they'll pick up a result against City?
Oh my God, how has that not gone in?
Because Firmino's fucking shy.
He tried a back heel from fucking 4 yards.
Oh, that's awful. Yeah, so you don't think they're gonna win the league, but you think they might be up there thereabouts.
I think they're the teams that pick up points against, and they won't pick up points against Burnley, Fulham, West Brom. And that was always teams that Liverpool struggle against. Liverpool always did well against top 6 teams and then struggle against the minnows of the league. I think that's what United need to keep doing as well, because United do pick up points against the bottom teams. They might not always pick up 3 points against Liverpool, City, but once they win all the rest of the games, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you get your draws or whatever against them. Lads, score predictions for this match. We'll move on because we're now in 20 in. Lawler, what do you reckon here?
I think Spurs will nick it. I think it'll be tight. I think Spurs 1-0.
Nice. And score, Kane or Son, flip a coin.
Um,
They're both level on goals this year, by the way. Both of them have 12 goals. I don't know whether that's league. I think that's total.
We go Ndombele.
Ndombele, good player.
Conor, well, isn't he?
Yeah. What do you reckon? Spurs, because you know he's going to go.
I go 1-0. I can see Liverpool getting a goal against Spurs.
Yeah.
I know, obviously it doesn't look good right now.
Sitting there watching
yeah. But again, I think Spurs see their opportunity to push on against Liverpool. I think Liverpool can hit them in the counter.
But you look against Mourinho. Mourinho's a fucking specialist, especially against Liverpool. He loves playing against Liverpool.
Whatever it hasn't recently.
Yeah, no, but whatever it is, it's like he hates Liverpool. I don't know whether it's just the fucking.
I don't think he's got a point at Spurs yet against Liverpool. I think Liverpool have won 3-3.
I don't know. Sure.
I can see it being a draw. I can see Liverpool catching them on the break. I'll go 1-0, and I will go. I'll go Son.
Just looking up.
I'm not picking a Liverpool scorer.
I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Tottenham here, lads. 23-10. I think it's a decent price. I do think that Tottenham are gonna. Mourinho is going to be hyping these up as definitely someone. This being a game that they can win, and for someone to grab a bit of balls and just go and fucking beat a man at a fucking moment, like. So I was up for the blade corner. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go with a 2-1 win for Spurs, and I'm going to say there's going to be an equaliser here. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Son to score. I think Son might get a goal in this one. Lads, that's all the game's done. That is us done for that. Connor, I believe you have a Melons moan for us this week.
Well, Melons moan is a little bit of a moan and a little bit of a what did you fuck think was going to happen? Like, cop on.
Right.
And it's around everyone's favourite person, Joe Exotic.
Oh, hello.
And I don't know if you heard during the week, but obviously Donald Trump was pushing through his final pardons before he set sail from Washington, D.C. And Joe Exotic's legal team were convinced that Joe Exotic was going to be pardoned of all crimes, which he faces 2 years in prison, in federal prison, for over hire to murder and then breaking loads of wildlife laws. And he put a limousine outside of the prison, and he had a hair appointment booked to go get his hair done. And he was convinced that he was going to get out, and then obviously he didn't get his pardon. And he said that he was too gay to be pardoned, and that's the reason why Donald Trump.
Who said that Donald Trump?
No, that's
Joe Exotic said that's the reason he thinks he didn't get pardoned.
Yeah, which was he was too gay. So and then he went on to say that he wasn't one of his crook friends, and he wasn't a billionaire, and that's another reason why. But basically said that he was too gay to be pardoned. And apparently he really wanted him to be freed just to see what would happen.
Another Netflix series.
But then the other part was like, in fairness, he did try to kill a woman like 3 times. So he probably should be locked up.
Did he try to kill her, or did he pay someone to do it?
Oh, he was arrested for a hired murder. So he had tried to pay someone to murder her.
It's in the documentary, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, and he admitted to it. So, I don't know. It was a moment because I was like, just fucking free the man. But it was also a thing of you can't free someone who tried to kill a woman and then made a documentary about it. No.
Well, hold on, she killed her fucking husband and fed him to the bleeding tiger. So like,
and the best, she came out this morning and said like, oh, he's always had faith in President Trump to not to pardon him and stuff for his horrific crimes and all. I didn't realize she took over his wildlife park.
That's right.
She's now the owner of his park. Yeah. So, right. What the fuck is going on?
They're just some weird people there, man.
Yeah. Right, fair enough. It's an unusual one, all right. Hold on a second here. Yeah. So, have you anything to add on to that, Moan?
No, the main moan was about just presidential pardons in general. Like, he pardoned Little Wayne for carrying a gun on the plane.
Yeah.
And a loaded rifle and a rake of drugs.
And he had a gold-plated Desert Eagle that was loaded in his hand luggage. And I was like, where the fuck does Little Wayne get away with that? Why can't, like, Collie Coleman walk on to a Ryanair flight to Benidorm with a loaded handgun and get away with it, you know?
Done it before.
So it was the main thing was about presidential pardons. He can free all of his mates, that's fine. He's going to do that. He's going to clear Steve Bannon of all his fucking crimes. It's grand. But, like, there's another fella actually, as a deaf rapper, right? Called.
How does that work?
Code Line. It's like it sounds like Code Line, but it's not.
Code Line.
Code Line. It's a Code Line, and he's a deaf rapper, and he's been locked up for the last 20 years, right?
He's what?
He's been locked up for 20 years.
Oh, he's done. Bend over. I've just bent him over. That is disgraceful. Oh, classic. Sorry, I'm fucking ruined.
I'll give you that.
God.
I'll give you that.
God. Fuck's sake.
It doesn't work online because I actually thought my microphone was broken there for a second because it's not to do that.
We knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah. But this fella's been locked up for attempted murder and for assault and stuff for years. And Trump just let him go because he likes rap music that's done through sign language.
It's fucking strange. Right, we'll move on from your Melons moan then. That was a weird one.
Go on, Laura.
Presidential pardons, and like, why did they get to just release anyone that they want? What was your man in prison for 20 years? It wasn't for signing rap music. So, like, you know what I mean? If someone's in prison for 20 years for signing rap music, I think they should be released. Like,
no, I think it was for like assault and.
Huh?
Let me get it here.
Assault? 20 years of assault is a bit fucking harsh, isn't it?
No, it's assault and attempted murder and like.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, that would do it.
Do you know what I mean? That'll do 20 years, alright, yeah. Fucking hell.
And they also called it Pardon Palooza, which I thought was funny because it was almost like a music festival because they didn't know who was going to be announced during it. Well, yeah, I'm going through the list here now. I'll find it for you. I'll come back to it. Don't worry if you want to try something else.
It's like a Royal Rumble. You don't know who's going to come out.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Like,
right, we're going to move on from the Melons moan, and we're going to move on to the next thing, which Connor has been dreading, I think. Conors Crypto Corner. How's the stocks looking, Connor?
I thought you said Conors Crypto Corner. I was like, what?
Jesus.
It's not been a great week. I'm not going to lie. Let me just bring it up. I haven't invested in anything additional, but the stock exchange side is doing pretty well. Overall, in the last week since we last spoke, give me 1 second. The stock portfolio is up another 7%.
Love it.
With a grow on African Amazon of 7%, another 11% on Nordstrom, and another 7% on Lemonade, which is good.
Yeah.
Crypto is taking a bit of a hit. I'm not going to lie. In the last week, Bitcoin is down 18%, which isn't great.
Okay.
It was doing well, and then today it's down another 10% today alone. So what I'd recommend is
another thing about Bitcoin going way up again. So that's obviously a trending thing for 2021. Like,
yeah. So what I'd recommend is I think it's trading at like just over €25,000 right now. I'd say anybody who wants to get in, I'd say get in now because I can't see it going much lower.
yeah.
But for someone like me who had it at higher and now it's dropped, it's not a good time, to be honest. I also had money on Ripple. Ripple took a hit as well. I think that kind of follows the trend of Bitcoin. It's down 5% this week. It's still up for me in general. It's still up about 20%. But yeah, other than that, I haven't even looked, to be honest, because I've just been too worried about what I already have. And I'm like, shit, don't go any lower. I need that money back.
Just watching that fucking go red.
And you get the update when things on Revolut, when things change by more than 3%, and the update.
Yeah.
This is down by 5%. You're like, yeah, I know.
Yeah. Right, we'll move on then. Lads, just before we move on to the bets, just want a quick mention about the giveaway. So giving away a free jersey for any team, any jersey you want on the Instagram page. So if you're watching this and you haven't entered it, it's free. I'm literally just going to be picking it. I'm going to be picking it next week live on the podcast, lads. So bit crack. We'll have a little wheel and do it the same way that we picked Don there to win his shin card. So we'll do that next week. And then another thing I'm going to be running this week on the podcast or on the Instagram page as well is a competition to win 500 quid. So usually what I do is I pick 3 teams and I make you just guess the score lines of each game. So what I'm going to do is I've been trying to give it away. So what I'm going to do to make it a little bit easier is I'm going to let you pick the games. So any league game from Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the ones we've just covered today. 3 results. Put them into the comment section on the Instagram page. I'm going to put post up and you'll see it there. And if that comes in, you've won 1,200 quid. So I'm going to just do that. Right, lads, we'll move on to the bets. Connor, have you got a few juicy bets for me?
I've got a couple. I've got a banker quad, I think it is. I've got a draws one, and then I've got like an outsider 7-fold, I think.
Right. Give us your draws bet there. Like usually the draws bets.
The draws, I've done 4 draws, and a fiver pays back €623.
Right.
I've done Millwall and Bristol City.
Millwall, fuck them up.
Gillingham and Rochdale.
Okay.
Pompey and Hull.
Yeah.
And United and Liverpool.
Very good. That's a decent return, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. The Gillingham Rochdale one is the big one in there at 12-5. Is what's going to do something a little bit compared to the rest of them.
Cool.
Yeah.
That seems a decent one. I've got 4 bets done out here, so I just had a quick look at them, and I've just put €2 on it. Like I'll probably throw a bit of a higher stake on it, maybe just up to a fiver and just redo the bets again. But so I could put them up on the screen, I had to just place the bets on it here. So probably throw another few quid on this. But looking at the first, I've got an 8-fold, so 42-1. So I've gone with Exeter to beat Stevenage, Charlton to beat Swindon, Crewe to beat Wimbledon, Lincoln to beat Northampton. Then we've gone to the FA Cup then as well. I've gone with Brighton to beat Blackpool, West Ham to beat Doncaster. I've gone with Hartlepool to beat Weymouth. Hartlepool are after hitting form again there, so I think they've won 5 of their last 6 games. So they're back on form. Weymouth haven't been great. And then I'm going to go Sunderland to beat Shrewsbury. So decent enough, I think. They're 42-1. Like that could be if you're only doing one of these bets and you want to put 5 or 10 on it. This one might be the one to throw the tenner on, maybe 400.
You're going to do one bet, do my one.
Yeah, my God, yeah. If you're going to do any bet that might win, it's going to be me. So that's me 8-fold. So throws out another one of the ones there.
Yeah, this one is a. Oh shit! Let me open it back up. This one is a 5-fold that I have. It pays back at 25-1. I've got Norwich to beat Barnsley, Swansea to beat Notts Forest, Charlton to beat Swindon, Lincoln to beat Northampton, and Sunderland to beat Shrewsbury.
What was the odds on that? 25?
Just over 20-1.
Oh, 20, yeah, nice one. Lads, I've gone with one here, 4 draws. So 124-1, the usual price for around 4 draws, usually around 100-1 or so. I've gone with Scunthorpe and Grimsby. I've gone with QPR and Derby. I've thrown in Scunthorpe and Gillingham and Grimsby. I just realised it's the early game. Anyway, Gillingham and Rochdale and Wigan and Fleetwood. So them 4 draws will get me back 250. Like I said, I've only got €2 on it. Might up that to a £5, which will get me back about 600 quid. So, what else have you got?
I've got one treble, a 5-1 treble.
Right, go on, what have you got?
I've got Fulham to beat Burnley, Leicester to beat Brentford, and Bournemouth to beat Crawley. 5-1.
Yeah, that's not too bad, I think. I don't know, the Fulham one might be a bit dodgy, would it? Fulham and Burnley.
Well, that's 6-5. That's what's boosted up. Leicester away to Brentford are 4-6. I know it's in the cup, and you can't really back in the cup, but I like that price regardless, even if it is a Leicester kind of hybrid between the first and second team.
I think Leicester will want to go for that cup as well. I don't think they're gonna they'll make a few changes just to keep this squad fresh, but I don't think they'll be too weakened of a team. I've done kind of 2 mad ones there at the end. 642-1. This is an 8-fold. So I've thrown in a couple of draws in here. That's usually if you win a big bet, you usually have 1 or 2 draws and it kind of builds up the odds. So I've thrown in Ipswich and Peterborough to draw on this one. I've gone with Oxford to beat Bristol Rovers. I've gone with Portsmouth and Hull. I think you had them to draw one of your bets. I've gone with Cambridge and Bradford. Cambridge are up near the top, and then Bradford have been in flying form. So I think there's a bit of a conflict between the two. So it could be a draw. I've gone with Mansfield to beat Southend. I've gone with Seville to beat.
You don't seem too convinced about that one now when you're looking at it.
No, I was just looking because I thought it was 11-10, but it was 10-11. So Mansfield to beat Southend. Not bad one. Seville to beat Cadiz, and then this one here I thought was a bit of a mad price. Now look, it'll probably fucking prove me wrong, and the bookies aren't fucking. They're not stupid, but AC Milan, who are in flying form at the moment against Atalanta, who have been decent enough, but not as kind of effective as they were over the last 2 or 3 years. Watching them, I think AC Milan at 17-10 at home is a fucking great price against Atalanta in this one. So I've thrown them in purely out of value as well, and then I've thrown in Real Madrid away. So I don't think that's a bad one for that price, 600-1. Like I said, obviously the only thing there is the 3 draws in it, but the rest of them look decent enough prices. Connor, you've not more, have you?
No, that's me done. I did the 3 bets, yeah.
Lola, you didn't have one, did you?
No, I didn't have another chance to do them yet. I'll have the next one.
No, let's go. Lads, what I've done as
You've only known for the last week.
what we've done as well is I said I was going to do it last week, and I was going to put a bet on for each Premier League team. So, like I said, they're probably not going to be the fucking same teams that I'm after picking, but I just went on the value. So, this is one of each game in the Premier League that we've gone through. So I've put in one result from each of them games. So I've gone with Palace and West Ham to draw. I've gone with Leeds and Newcastle to draw. I've gone with Arsenal and Southampton to draw. City 1-7. I put them in just to fulfill the needs of the viewers. But 1-7 is shite. You could probably just leave them I'll throw in Villa at 21-20. Again, I think it's a good price, but I still think it maybe been a draw. Chelsea, I've thrown in Brighton to beat Fulham. I've gone in with a draw against with Everton against Leicester. I've gone with United to beat Sheffield United, and I've gone with the draw on Tottenham and Liverpool. Even though I did say Tottenham would probably win. I wish I could change that now after just watching fucking that result. But that's all. So yeah, that's pretty much all them covered. So like I said, this will be on YouTube anyway. It'll be staying on YouTube. So you can rewind the video back and just fucking look at them if you just want to do them. I haven't really done a banker or anything like that, but I might throw.
They're all bankers.
They're all bankers. They're all bankers. 600 to 1 banker. Throw fucking 500 quid on you if you're laughing. Lads, that's it. That's us done. Like I said, anybody that's watching, if you are not on the Instagram page, go onto the Instagram and type in Footballbets4u. So it's down the bottom of the fucking screen there. If you type that in, you'll see us follow the page and do all the other shit.
Like phones for you, but better.
Football phones for you. Yeah, so other than that, lads, thanks for joining me, Connor. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
And Lawler, cheers.
Thank you.
I forgot we lost water halfway through.
Water, thanks for your 5 minutes of shitty connection. You could be watching. So cheers, Water. Gone. Thanks everyone for. I know there's a couple of people kind of coming and going on the Facebook page, and
that was me.
A couple of people giving us a bit of abuse as well.
That was me and Graham.
Yeah, which is what I like. I'm gonna try to sort out this little fucking software that I have that I can see the comments coming up. I can't see them. I can only see the ones from YouTube for some reason. So, yeah. So look, thanks everyone for tuning in anyway. So we'll see you next week.